Hi everyone, my name is Alya Hafidz, and in this presentation, I will walk you through the unit I selected from the English for Nusantara book. I chose Unit 2, Their Own Self, from Chapter 4, The Upcycling Used Materials for Grade 9. So the main learning objective in this unit is for students to identify and talk about price of goods using common expressive expression like how much is it? It's 50,000 rupiahs. So the topic is highly relatable, practical, and ties in well with real life situation, especially in everyday shopping. So now let's take a look on at the ATP or alur tujuan pembelajaran. I designed for 3 weeks or 3 meetings. For week 1, students explore real advertisement and promotion. They identify terms like 50% off or buy one get one and match them with their meanings. The focus here is reading and vocabulary, assess using a matching worksheet and a short quiz. For week 2, this is where students practice listening and speaking practice. They listen to dialogue from comic strip and engage in role play as buyers and sellers using real sell posters. So for week 3, students create a buzzer poster, write product and write like product description and do oral presentation. So the focus is on writing and speaking. And assessment is based on a rubric. So this flow ensures students go from input and understanding in week 1 to practice and production in week 3. So for this video, I'll take from week 2's lesson plan in detail. I'll focus on it, and the learning objective for this session is students are able to ask and respond to question about the price of goods using expression of asking for and saying the price. So for the activity sequence, I start pre-activity or brainstorming. I start by activating students' background knowledge using visual prompts like sell, posters, and price tags. So we do a word splash activity using words like sell, discount, promo, and so on. This helps students recall vocabulary and get curious about the lesson. For whiles activity, students listens comic strips and dialogue and answer question using worksheet like in the learning material 40.13 they work in pairs to practice asking and answering about prices like how much are the jeans, they cost 30,000 rupiahs. So we also use matching tests where students connect items with prices. So for post for post activity, students perform a mini role play with a conversation pretending to be a buyer and seller. They receive peer feedback using a checklist and write a short reflection in their journals. So we're going to the next topic. Why this structure? First, I structure the lesson this way to build confidence gradually. And first, we recall what they know, then we listen, explore, and practice. Finally, they perform with their own words. It follows Bloom's taxonomy from remembering to creating, which makes learning deeper and more meaningful. So, in the next topic, we're going to the next topic. Why these materials and assessment? So I use comic strip, price tags, and poster because they are visually engaging and easy to relate to the real world shopping and already part of the student's environment. And the formative assessment observations, like observation checklist, role play, and reflection help me track progress in a low pressure way and encourage students to use the language in the context. So we're going to the next topic for classroom and students considerations. So the class has 32 students, and so I arrange the classroom for pair and group work. This allow every students to practice speaking. Since the topic is familiar and functional, it suits fast D learners well. They were developing confidence to express real ideas, and these lessons support that goal. So, to sum up, this unit encourages students to use English in practical every communication. So, the structure of the ATP and the lesson plan gradually support students to move from input to interaction to output. So, that's all from me. And in this presentation, I want to end. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope in this lesson plan design helps create meaningful English learning in your classrooms. See you in the next video.